Hey guys, it's Xiao. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. Today's video is going to be another foundation review and demo. If you guys have not seen my very first ever foundation review and demo video, I will make sure to link that below. That video was very well received. I was so excited and so happy to read all the comments that you guys left for me. Everyone found that video really helpful, which I'm so excited about. And in that video, I reviewed the Makeup Revolution foundation stick. So if you guys want to see that review and demo of the Makeup Revolution foundation stick, make sure to check that out below. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited for this video. I will be reviewing the Ordinary Coverage Foundation, and honestly, I was just on the Beautylish site because I wanted to try out a bunch of the Ordinary skincare items, which you guys, I spent over $150 on the Ordinary products, and I came across their foundation, so I did a little bit of research on YouTube, and everybody raved about their foundation, so I decided to pick up the Ordinary Coverage Foundation. And then they do have the Serum Foundation, which is supposed to be like a lighter coverage, and the Coverage Foundation is supposed to be obviously higher coverage foundation. So in this video, I will be reviewing and demoing the Ordinary Coverage Foundation. I have the shades 2.0 YG and the 2.1 Y. I will do swatches of these on my face and also show you guys if it oxidizes or if it gets darker, and hint, it does. But yeah, other than that, if you guys are new to my channel and would like to see more videos from me, please consider subscribing. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the swatches, and then we'll do the demo and then my final reviews and thoughts at the end. So we're going to move into swatches. So I'm going to swatch both of these colors onto my cheek just because I feel like that is a better representation of the colors. So I'm going to swatch these individually and then also side by side. I'm also going to mix and match the lighter and darker color to try to get my shade, and swatch that in between on my cheek just so you guys can see what my shade looks like compared to this lighter and darker color. So like I mentioned, the lighter shade that I have here is 2.0 YG. Y means yellow, G means golden, and this is their light medium tone. This is good for people with yellow undertones and gold highlights. And then this darker shade here is a 2.0 YG, their medium shade. This is good for people with yellow undertones. So those are the two shades that I have. Before we start applying this as swatches or anything like that, you want to make sure you shake them up really well. Alright, so now that we have the swatches, I'm going to talk about each swatch a little bit like I did in the first video. This lighter swatch here, this is the shade 2.0 YG, again for light medium, people with yellow undertones and gold highlights. This one is definitely your go-to if you're a light medium with yellow undertones, which is exactly what it represents here. So this third color here, this is the 2.0 Y. This is their medium shade for people with yellow undertones, but this does have yellow undertones, which is pretty spot on again with the shading. And then the center one here is half of the 2.0 YG and the 2.0 YG. I did add in a little bit more of the 2.0 YG, the lighter color, to make it a more medium tone. As you can see, it's lighter, medium, and darker, which is awesome. Like I stated, I don't mind having two different shades just because you can mix and match, just in case your foundation changes over the summer or the winter time, just because they are so affordable. But one thing I did notice while swatching these is that it did, I don't know if the word is right, oxidize, but the shades do get darker. So let me just do a quick swatch here for you guys. So this has been sitting on my face for about, I say 2 minutes. I noticed that when I pumped new foundation onto the back of my hand, I noticed there was a color difference. So again, this one here is the 2.0 YG, and I'm just going to swatch a freshly pumped foundation next to it. So as you guys can see, it's a lot lighter right out of the bottle, and this is the same shade, has been on my cheek for about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, so it definitely does get darker. I feel like now that this lighter shade has sat on my face a little bit, it has definitely matched my skin a little bit more, but just something to keep in mind. So now that we're done with the swatches, I'm going to go into the demo, but I'm going to go ahead in with their primer, the Hide Spreadability Fluid Primer. So I have tried this before and it does feel really nice. The texture of this is a little bit weird to explain, but oh my god, a little bit goes a long way. This does feel kind of like a liquid silicone primer, and it does like smooth out your whole face. So I'm just gonna add a little bit on my forehead, like in between my eyebrows. And then just for extra primer, I'm gonna use my Smachbox Photo Finish Primer Water, just because I always use this one because my skin is so dry. So I'm just gonna spray it just a little bit. So on my left side, I'm gonna use this round buffing brush, and then on my right side, I'm gonna use this damp sponge, which is from the Equal Tools sponges. I really like this one, and I recommend the Real Techniques, the orange one as well. So we're gonna start off with this left side, the brush first, and I think I'm just gonna go in with the lighter color. The pump for me just kind of broke. I don't know why, so I'm gonna close it and we're just gonna shake it up really well. Since the pump is broken, I can't really tell you how many pumps I'll be using, so I'm just gonna take this and kind of put some on the back of my hand like so. So I'm just gonna swipe it. I like to swipe on my face like that, and then taking the brush, I will just kind of push it in and then just kind of spread it out. So far, I feel like it's going on really nicely. It feels really lightweight, and I would not recommend swiping because it does get a little streaky since it is a little bit more of a watery type of foundation. I'm gonna add a little bit more in the center of my face and then some on my forehead. So this is the foundation applied on with the brush. I feel like it does cling to like some of my pores down on my chin, but that's really all my foundations do that. But around my nose looks really good, which foundation for me is hard to look good around my nose. So let's go ahead and do the sponge side here. So this is what both of the foundation looks like with the brush on this side and the sponge on my right side. I think they both look really good. Coverage looks about the same to me, and I thought that using the damp sponge that it would take away from the coverage, but it actually didn't. It did cover pretty well. You just kind of have to experiment with your face. Coverage looks about medium. I will try to go for full coverage, so let's just add on a little bit more just to kind of see what that does. And like I mentioned, once you swipe it, you guys will definitely see the foundation has got darker. So let's just go in with a second layer. So I'm just going to do this side quickly with a brush. Okay, so I feel like it's definitely buildable without being cakey at all. It still, again, looks really good. So I'm really impressed with this foundation. Since it is a very dewy foundation, I feel really sweaty just because it's really hot in here. But it looks really good. It's really dewy, as you guys can see from this shine. Also, let's go ahead and zoom you guys in up close so you guys can see what the foundation looks like sitting on my skin. So this is up close what the foundation looks like. As you guys can see, it is really dewy, but it did a pretty good job covering up. You can still definitely see like a lot of my freckles peeking through, so it's definitely like a medium coverage foundation. You can definitely keep trying to build up, and my nose looks really good. It does not look dry at all, which is a first. It does crease a little bit right around here, but I can just set that, and then the other side looks like this. It looks really nice. And then this is what the forehead looks like. Again, it looks really nice, not really too drying. And then my chin looks like this. As you guys can see, I do get pretty dry, and it does kind of have some dry patches here, but it looks really good overall, especially around my nose. I'm so impressed. Alright, so this is what the face looks like with the bronzer, the setting powder, the blush, and highlight. Yeah, my overall thoughts on this foundation is that I really like it. It feels really lightweight on. It's perfect for my dry skin girls because it is really dewy. You can leave it dewy, or you can set it a little bit, just have a more natural look. or you can set it even more to give you more of a matte look. Today I kind of set it just so I'm not shiny on my forehead, and then I added just some highlight. I did set my under eyes a little bit just because it was looking a little bit too glowy for me, but overall it's very buildable. It gives you like a nice medium coverage. You could even try to go for more full coverage, but I feel like the max it would give you is like a medium, slightly faux. It's not too heavy. It feels really lightweight. It does give you that tacky feeling, so I feel like either way you might have to set it just a little bit. The only thing with this foundation is that it does get like a shade darker, so definitely recommend maybe like getting a shade down, or you can even get like 3 shades and not break the bank just because it is so cheap. So I feel like for me the 2.0 YG light medium is perfect. I don't know if I want to return the darker shade just in case I do get darker over the summer, but again, having 2, 3, 4 bottles would not break the bank. But overall, I really recommend it. Make sure to check the links down below. They have so many shades to choose from, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, please make sure to like it if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe if you guys are new.